Hello everyone, we're back again for another exciting action-filled exercise session in our seniors edition of at-home workouts. Today, as promised, we're going to be a little bit heavier on leg strength and leg mobility and balance. So without further ado, let's get started. Ordinarily, I'd have you doing lots of mobility and warm-up and stretching drills for your spine and midsection and neck. We did some extra work on those elements in our last video. So today I'm just going to throw you right away into the exercises. I'd like for you to make sure that you have a chair next to you or something to support you for balance, even if it's a wall to touch. Give yourself something to help you out because these will challenge your balance. We're going to start out with just some gentle heel raises to get some blood into our calves and feet. I'd like for you to keep your heels together but toes open. We're going to raise up and drop down, both a quick rise and today a quick drop for a count of 20. Up to 20 and then count down from 20. I hope that your calves and feet are warm or burning by the end of this. Don't worry, we'll stretch them out. Let's start at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If 7, you're not holding onto a chair, 8. Try to stretch those arms out. 10. 11, 12, bring them forward, 13, 14, wiggle your fingers, 15, 16, just your index finger, 17, 18, 19, just your pinky finger, 20, count backwards, 21, sorry, that should be 19, 18, 17, just your thumbs, 16, 15, 14, just your middle finger, 13, 12, 13, all your fingers open and close, 10, 9, as fast as you can, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My neighbor across the street just looked into the window. I think he thinks I'm crazy with my arms flailing, rising up and down. So we're not done with the feet and calves. There was a reason for that warm-up. Now we're going to do some balance walks, and I'm going to give you a few options for these walks. Option number 1, this is the easiest one. I want you to keep the feet flat, put one foot directly in front of the other. These are not staggered. I really mean one foot directly in front of the other. That's what's going to challenge your balance, and hands on hips. You're going to put one foot in front of the other and start stepping forwards. Now if you only have 4, 5, or 6 feet in a row, then by the time you get to the end of your space, you can turn around and keep going. If you want to go a little faster than me or a little slower than me, go ahead, speed up or slow down. Now for those of you who'd like a greater challenge, I'd like for you to do that exercise on the balls of your feet with your heels raised. If this is the first time you've done this and you need a little additional support, make sure to do it next to a wall. So in my case, I can touch the wall. Heck, I could even lean into it if I need to. And I'm going to raise up onto the balls of my feet and start taking those steps. 1. And when you get to the end of your space, you can turn around. Go ahead, just do a few of these at your own pace. You can follow with my speed or you can go a little slower. It's your choice. Turn around again. We'll just do one more of these. Good, good. Now if you could raise the balls of both feet. If I show you from the side, my toes and the balls of my feet are up. I'm going to do some walks forwards in that position. So find your space, pick up the balls of the feet, pick up the toes, and keep them off the floor. Just walk onto your heels. Make sure to swing your arms around. That helps with balance. Turn around when you get to the end of your space. Keep going. Do not let the balls of your feet or your toes drop. This is strengthening the tibialis and the toe extensor muscles on the front of your shin. We'll do that one more time. Walk forward. Oh yeah. Good. Shake the legs out. We're not done. Now you're going to want your chair. I'm going to make sure that the top of the back of the chair is my support. And if I'm going to be moving forward and backwards, I'm doing so lengthwise with the support. Yeah, so I'm going to start with it on my right hand side. We're going to raise up onto the balls of both feet. We're going to take 5 tiny little steps forwards. I mean, these are like an inch at a time or less. 5. And then we're going to drop onto our heels. We're going to raise back up, and we're going to take 5 more steps backwards. Notice how I'm holding onto the chair the whole time. I can hold on to it without leaning onto it, and that's going to be the ideal, where it's there in case you need it, but you're not relying on it. Good. All the way up and count back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then count backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. I've got one more for you here. I'm now going to stand facing the back of the chair, touching it with both hands. This is a little bit more challenging. I'm going to raise up onto the balls of my feet, and I'm going to do side movements, lateral movements. 5 to the left, 5 to the right. So let's start on the right-hand side of the chair. Raise the heels and count. 1. These are small steps. 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop the heels, raise them, and do 5 more to the right. 2, 3, 4, 5. If those are particularly difficult for you when you're shuffling to the right or left, just pick the feet up, and instead of shuffling, rather, I should say, you're going to stay on the spot. You'll shuffle on the spot without traveling. So let's do that again. Raise up and walk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop the heels, raise them, and repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop the heels. We'll do once more to the left and to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And once more to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, take the ball of your foot, raise it up against a wall or a chair, and as I've said in previous videos, if your chair is not steady and it slides, then you might want to put the ball of your foot up onto a stable surface like a wall. Fortunately for me, I have a fairly sturdy, heavy chair, so I'm going to use the chair. I'm going to put the ball of my foot up. I'm going to keep this leg straight. And then I'm going to push my hips forwards and take 3 deep breaths in for 1. You should feel a nice stretch behind your shin, behind your knee, and your calves and your hamstrings. 2. And 1 more. 3. Good. Let's replace the right foot against the chair. Straighten the leg, push the hip forwards, and take 3 deep breaths in for 1. 2, and 3. Excellent. We're going to do one more exercise standing up, then I'll get you down onto the chair. So make sure the chair is on your right hand side to use it as a support should you need it. I'm going to ask that you flex your left knee, and we're standing on our right foot only. Notice that when I do that, my knees stay close together. I'm not opening up the thighs, I'm keeping them closed. All I'm going to do is rotate the thigh as far open and closed as I can, right? So if my leg were straight, it would be as though I was turning my toe to the left and to the right. It's the same movement, except my knee is bent when I'm doing it, and I have a nice longer lever that swings left and right in this case. So hold on to that chair. We're going to count a multiple of 11, starting from 0, 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. This is strengthening the muscles that rotate your femur. 55, 66, on the left leg, 77, 88, 99, and 110. Good, we're going to switch sides. The standing leg, it's working the same muscles, but they're working to keep the hips even, right? while the muscles on the side that you're rotating are just working through pure rotation. And by the way, those are muscles that you need for everyday life just to get around. Anytime I turn direction when I'm walking, if you're golfing and you have a nice golf swing, your hips rotate. If you're just standing and you don't want your hips to collapse, so you want to stand, these are the muscles that you're using. So they're absolutely vital to keep strong and healthy. Let's stand on our left foot with the chair on our left-hand side. We'll rotate the right leg, starting from 110. Try to count the numbers ahead of me. 99. So you're not relying on my counting. 88. 77. Anyway, my counting is always highly suspect in the first place. 66. 55. Even more reason to try and get the number ahead of me. 44. 33. 22. 11. And 0. That's it. Now we can have a seat. You'll notice that on my chair, I have 2 pillows, 2 cushions. And the reason that I've done that is that some of you, many of you, will probably need to add multiple cushions or books, as long as it's not going to slip off, something to add some height to your chair. Let's have a seat. The higher up your support, the easier this exercise becomes. Just because it's a difficult exercise for you doesn't mean that you shouldn't be doing it. It simply means that you should be finding ways to make it a little bit more easy for you. We call this regression. You're regressing the exercise so that it is something that you can do. Your body will make the appropriate adaptations, and then it won't be so difficult anymore. And at that point, then you can start removing cushions and lowering a little further to make it more challenging when you need it to be more challenging. So let's just separate our feet from the chair. We're going to extend both feet a little bit. And then right foot only, we're going to tuck that so that it's underneath our chair, right? Now this is my stronger base of support. The right leg in this case is going to do a little bit more work. What I'm going to do is lean forward, press my hips up, so they've just left the chair, and then press the hips forwards. I'm not worrying about trying to raise straight up. If in this position I don't try to raise straight up, I'm just going to fall back. So it's a 2-stage process of leaning forward, pushing the hips up, and then sending the hips forwards. And we're going to reverse that process for the way back. We're going to push the hips back, and then we're going to bend the knee and drop down. All right, we're going to do that 5 to 10 times per leg. I'll only do it 5 times per leg for you, but if you would like to do more, feel free to do more. This is 1. Take your time lowering down. You can put your hands on your thighs as a support. Heck, when you rise up, you can even use your hands to push off. That's not a cheat. 2, it's making it doable for you. You can place your hands there to drop. If you'd like to put a chair, 3, I'm imagining there's a chair next to me to push off of, or a table next to you. And 5, push off. Use it. The goal should be eventually to get to the point where you don't need to use it, but we all have to start somewhere. Let's send the right foot out, tuck the left foot in, and we'll do 5 more. From 5, take your time dropping, there's no rush. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. If I was moving too fast for you, you can just pause the tape and finish those. I'm going to put those cushions in place and then just have a seat now. We're not going to stand up again. We're going to do the remainder of the session sitting down. Because I feel like you've worked your legs hard enough. What I would like for you to do is extend your right leg out. If you see this from the side, I'm extending my right leg and relaxing my left leg. And then I'm going to tuck it in. Every time I extend my right leg out, I'm going to rotate my arms forwards. Every time I tuck my foot back in, I'm going to rotate my arms backwards. So let's all start by sitting down, flexing the elbows at 90 degrees. And remember, the further back you sit in the chair, the easier this will be. And the further forward you sit off of the chair, the harder this will be. So make your adjustment. We're going to alternate right leg and then left leg. So extend the legs, send the arms forwards, drop the legs, rotate the arms back. We'll do that 9 more times. 9. Notice how I don't rush. 8. I want to spend more time under tension here with my muscles under tension. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Sorry, I'm distracted right now. 2. There's a show being presented to me right off camera. You can't see it. 1. Good. We're going to switch legs. We're going to extend the left leg and do the same thing with both arms. Make sure to squeeze your quads and thighs as hard as you can. So we'll start. Extend, send the arms forward, and flex, send the arms backwards. 2. Good. 3. I can see Melanie. I have some cats in my house. I can see Melanie just behind the camera closing a door. And every time she closes the door, 4, the same cat goes up to it and opens it up again. 5. 6. The door doesn't close well in the first place. 7. 8. And your shoulders should be getting tired by now. 9. And 10. Good. Now the best part. We're going to grip the chair. We're going to send both feet up in the air. And we're going to point and flex the foot in an alternating fashion. I'll show you this from the side. So if you need to lean back to make it easier, go ahead and do so, or sit further back to make it easier. I'm going to keep my butt halfway up the chair. Let's extend those legs and point and flex. Nice and quickly. Nice and quickly. And while we do that, I want you to take 10 deep breaths in, starting at 1, 2, don't drop those feet, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, that is it for the working components. We've just got one stretch to do. I'd like for you to widen the stance between your feet as much as you can. I'd like for you to put your hands on your knees. I'd like for you to pull the shoulders back and down, send your chest up, take a deep breath in, and then fold from the hip. Don't let your spine flex yet. Use your hands as support against your knees as you fold forward. Keep those knees wide of set. Reach down to the ground with your hands if you can. And only about now, if you need to flex your spine, you can start to let it relax. Because you have a support underneath your shoulders. This is the cat that was opening and closing the door. She's causing a lot of trouble today. And then I'd like for you to raise back up, put your hands on your knees, push yourself into an excellent posture, look up to the ceiling, take a deep breath. And breathe out. Fold forward from the hip only. Reach down to the ground. This you might feel in your inner thighs, in your groin, or in your low back. Take a deep breath in. Release it as you rise up. Take one more deep breath in. Chest up. Release it as you drop. Take a deep breath in. Release it and relax. Congratulations everyone, you made it through a good quality, I won't say too difficult leg workout because I want to reserve that term for the future in case I give you a harder one. But I hope you had a good time and I will see you again soon for another great workout. Bye.